What do you think?
This is incredible. Like, I can't stop stopping because you can't really walk and take it all in. It's amazing. It's so peaceful and quiet up here.
It is.
Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Welcome back. This week, we're making our way towards Texas for, well, something pretty exciting. But first, we wanted to check out the Chiricahua National Monument. So that's where we're headed now. The plan is to find a campsite near the park entrance and check it out first thing in the morning. Looks pretty good to me.
I think we're pretty level.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, go back a little further if it gets a little more level. Or here, we're not going to do the fire anyways. It's too windy,
No.
I think, and dry. But yeah, not too shabby. And then we're pretty close to the entrance to Chiricahua National Monument. So this way we can kind of, the campground always seems like it's full. Plus, we'd rather not be in a campground. So we're just, what do you think, 5 miles at the most away from the entrance. So gonna head there in the morning and then hopefully do a hike, as long as this dust storm that made really everything in that valley was sort of brown.
Yeah, you
And-
can barely see the mountains.
yeah. But either way, I think we'll at least go in and do some sort of hike, and I just hope that it's clear and pretty for you guys.
Home sweet home for the night. It's chilly up here. Not sure what the elevation is, but we're in the Coronado National Forest, and there's a little fire pit, but with the wind right now and how dry it is, don't think it's the best time to have a fire, but it's cool that there's trees to hide in. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty out here. We made some quick soup because it's pretty chilly. It's like a dust storm out here today, so it's really windy, which makes it extra cold. So we made the down below bed tonight, although the top is still popped. But so we're crawled into bed early and are watching a movie, and can't wait to show you the Chiricahua National Monument tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the wind has died down a bit so it's not so dusty, and we can do a cool hike and show you how pretty it is. But for now, we're cozy and goose, and pretty excited just to hang out and be warm and go to bed. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. The next morning was calm and sunny, so with coffees in hand, we made our way to the park entrance. We even saw some wild turkeys on the way. We made it to the entrance before the attendant had even arrived. Thankfully, entry to the park is free, so no worries. We made a quick stop by the visitor center, mostly to check out the buildings, which were built by the Civilian Conservation Corps between 1934 and 1940. In fact, a lot of this park was built or improved by the CCC.
This loop is 3.3 miles, and you lose about 500 feet in elevation here.
Yeah.
It's relatively flat here, and then you gain that elevation on the way back.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's a fantastic hike.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful, yeah.
I've been here 3 times maybe over the years, and I swear it's just remote enough out here that if you're not camping, I've never had time to do any of the hikes except that little one there, and we've done the tower. Until finally I want to go see, because that's probably the prettiest, right?
It's one of the prettiest. I think this leg is one of the prettiest in the park.
Yeah.
It's pretty back here too.
Yeah.
Either, but it's fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Enjoy.
The drive into this park is fantastic. Like, if that's all you do is just drive to the top of the mountain,
Yep.
it's gorgeous, and it's so different. It's one of the Sky Islands is what they call it.
So as you come into the entrance, the part of Arizona you're driving through to get to the entrance to the Chiricahua National Monument is really pretty ugly, pretty boring.
Pretty boring, flat.
And just keep in mind that you gotta keep going for it. Like I could almost see somebody going, "This is ugly.
This is stupid.
I'm gonna turn around."
Yeah.
You gotta get in through the
It's
entrance.
so different than
and as you're
everything
driving
around
up,
it.
it's really, really pretty. Same with Cochise Stronghold,
Yeah.
though. From a distance we went, it can't be as
There's
pretty
nothing,
as
yeah.
here, and it was almost as pretty as Chiricahua. So both, I think, are worth it. But if you're only going to do one, I would say Chiricahua, I think.
Yeah, the rocks and the road is nice and paved, and it winds through the beautiful rock formations. And we got lucky today so far. Not even windy, blue skies,
Don't say the W word.
and so I can't wait to get out and
And
hike.
it's a
and show
Monday,
you.
so compared
Yeah.
to a weekend, I think there's going to be a lot less cars. Excited.
Yeah, me too. Eating dirt. Just left Goose in the parking lot, and it is beautiful out.
Yeah,
Tim is also walking with me. He's just
I'm here.
slightly ahead of me. My
In,
arm's not long enough.
In the shade, it's cold, but in the sun, it's nice and toasty, actually.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's a lot.
It is gorgeous out here today.
Super cool. What do you think?
This is incredible. Like, I can't stop stopping because you can't really walk and take it all in. It's amazing. It's so peaceful and quiet up here. Look at that view. The camera does not do it justice. It is incredible here. Like I was just telling Tim, it's hard to get anywhere very fast because at least right where we're at, you need to kind of watch your step. But then I also can't stop looking everywhere. It is just, it's kind of otherworldly. It's so crazy that it's here. And if you come here, you'll see what we're talking about when we say it's unexpected, because the landscape just around this area is incredibly different, and I would never expect this to just randomly pop out of the earth. Yeah, so cool. It's all volcanic. I can speak. It's all volcanic. And there's a lot of history with Native Americans and all that kind of stuff. The Civilian Conservation Corps had a camp here during the Depression. And so that was the building that we stopped at. It's the visitor center now, was kind of the camp. So a lot of these trails and the roads were built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, which is also really interesting. And there's a few different hikes in here. None of them are very long. You can string them all together and make a decent hike. And so far, not very challenging. Just really, really pretty. It's so cool. There's so many spots that are like this. It's amazing.
It is so funny, the little difference. I mean, we've hiked a half mile, maybe a mile, probably half mile. And the difference from the car. It's always the case, but it still somehow drives it home when you do it, and then you get amongst the things you were looking at. I love Bryce Canyon, but I feel like this is maybe more impressive. I don't know. Get us up in Bryce Canyon, we'll be saying the same thing.
Yeah, it's just
About there.
so different than anything else.
Yeah. So cool. If you're ever hot, that's the place to be. It's like air conditioning in there. You were super excited about the caves up there. I heard you. What do you think of this? Have you ever been here?
Oh, it's great.
It's
Never
great.
been here, but
really
yeah, it's
cool,
great.
huh?
Mm.
Really pretty. Cool. Well, enjoy your hike, guys. I love it when I see the youngsters. Make myself sound old, but yeah, it's cool. Yep, I'm 99 years old. No, but it's cool. Like the kids are enjoying it too. They're echoing in the caves, and it's cool to see the younger kids enjoying it too. So it is the perfect day out here, and not thinking about how far you're walking because you just can't stop looking at everything. It's so pretty. And it's like a maze of, as you can see, we're crawling through like tunnels and little corridors, and the views everywhere are, it's just, I am thoroughly enjoying it, I'll say that.
Every time you think you've seen all the balancing things you could see, there's more. But wait, there's more.
Okay, we've dropped down a bit. It's amazing how much warmer it feels. It smells really good. We're now in the pine trees a bit more, and you can tell there was a fire. I'm not sure when there was a fire, but a while ago. But man, it would have been, you can imagine what it would have been like with these huge pines everywhere. So cool. I can't believe how pretty this is. If you guys have time, you gotta come check it out. It's so beautiful up here. So cool. All right, back to the parking lot. How long do you think that took us?
Like an hour and a half? Pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool. I think the Echo Canyon was
Echo
the highlight
Canyon
because
to
it was
Echo
just
Park.
so unique. Yeah.
So if you look on the maps when you're here, there's a bunch of good hikes. And then anything longer than that, you get a couple canyons over, and I doubt you'd see anybody on a weekday. Echo Canyon to Echo Park is definitely the most popular.
Really pretty.
Really pretty. Totally worth it. And if you're just going to go down to the park and back, you can screw around, and there's tons of little things to climb on and
Yeah.
crawl into little
if you
crevices.
bring like your
and
picnic lunch with you, it'd be really awesome to find a spot and just
Yeah.
have lunch and look
the
at the view.
rest of the, I think they call it the Echo Park Loop. Probably got the name wrong, but something Echo Loop.
Yeah.
You're just exposed in the sun the other half of the loop, so it's not quite as great, I would say.
Yeah, and then we'll take you up to the big viewpoint. And then right behind us, there's another hike that goes up to the top of this little mountain. And there's like a fire lookout up there. And that one has a pretty good view. I'll put in some footage of when we did it last time, just so you can see the view. But yeah, totally worth it. Come check it out. It's pretty cool. Anyways, up to the top. All right, we're up here on the top of the mountain. See the view out to the valley below, and you can drive right up here. So worth checking out. You can also hike from here, kind of do the same hike that we did, hike all the way down to the visitor center. But the view up here, pretty good. So thought I'd show you. Now we're gonna head back down the mountain.
I did put together all of our GoPro footage from this visit to the Chiricahua National Monument to create a slow walk/drive episode. It was so pretty, I couldn't help myself. That footage is available over on our Patreon page.
Alright, so down the hill is the old house that was the first settlers. They had a ranch out here, and so I'm just gonna check it out. Pretty cool. This would have been a rad spot to have a ranch.
This ranch was called Faraway Ranch and was originally settled in 1886 by Swedish immigrants Emma and Neil Eriksson. They had 3 children, Lillian, Ben, and Hildegard. Neil worked as a carpenter in Bisbee, Arizona, to keep the family and ranch afloat until he was able to work from the ranch when he became the first ranger for the Chiricahua Forest Reserve in 1903. By 1917, some of the Erickson children had decided to run Faraway Ranch as not just a cattle ranch, but also a guest ranch. And because of their love of this land and a desire to attract guests to this uniquely beautiful area, they made a big push to have the area protected, and in 1924, Calvin Coolidge signed a legislation making Chiricahua National Monument. Ten years later, the Civilian Conservation Corps would move onto the ranch to start constructing roads and trails. Led by Ed Riggs, husband of Neil and Emma's eldest daughter, Lillian. Ed and Lillian ran the ranch for many years, and the Faraway Ranch continued as a guest and cattle ranch until the early 1970s, when Lillian, now widowed and with failing health, finally decided to sell the ranch, along with all its furnishings and records, to the National Park Service.
Wow, it's really neat looking around this property. You can just see... it would be so cool to be here back in the day, and I really want to look inside this cabin, or house. It's not really a cabin, but man, what a spot. They had a well right out their back door. They had a swimming pool, nice big house, a bunch of outbuildings around. I can only imagine how cool it would have been to be a guest out here or live out here back in the day. And I'm sure pretty dangerous in the first parts of settling out here.
I think 2 things are apparent when reading the history of this ranch. The women weren't afraid to go after what they wanted, and the beauty of this place will capture you.
Alright guys, that's it for Chiricahua National Park. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. I thought it was pretty cool, worth showing, because it's just so random. Parked here, had a little lunch, and gonna go find somewhere to camp for the night. I think the clouds are coming in a little bit. I don't think there's any rain, but it's supposed to be partly cloudy, so perfect day for a hike, and yeah, enjoyed it.
Well, thank you all for coming along on this one, and sorry, this video turned out to be a little longer than I expected, so I promise next week we will actually meet up with Chris and Shannon from Venture Forward. We'll see you then.